Welcome back. The distractions have already started. As I was trying to share this message, I heard the car alarms going off outside because I do live near some shops. Yeah, and then I just had like a really disruptive energy coming through. So yeah, I'm gonna try and deliver this as clear as possible. I thought it was just kind of like a message, advice from me to you. Um, but seeing as I've had that energy kind of come through as if it was trying to block something or take it away or like clear my mind in a sense. It might end up turning the message itself might end up turning and twisting, but we'll see where it goes. um the word nostalgia keeps coming up, and just to share about myself, I am in a space where I've hatched. And if you have seen my last video, it's about finding the balance between directing your life, but also knowing when to sit back and flow and allow as well. So for me, and this new self, or at least new layers of self, new aspects of self, um, that I am being hatched into, that I am also building consciously, deciding how I want to show up. I've found that I keep tending to go backwards, and not backwards in a bad way, not in the way that you would think. Nostalgia keeps coming up because I've had a lot of moments where I've been put in a place, or I've been sent something like an old song or a picture or just little reminders of like different times in my life. And it's such a good feel. It's a good feel of like, what I'm getting is kind of like celebrating those characters you played, celebrating those versions of yourself, the versions of yourself that you lived totally unaware, not self-aware at all, totally thoughtless and effortless. And you just lived those versions of yourself that got you to this point, even without trying, even without that awareness, without that conscious intention. And these are the versions of of ourselves that we can no longer take with us. But the beauty in it is the versions that got us here also have aspects of our future self. They're all connected. I mean, us being humanly and having a brain, we put the time cap on things, but the fact that everything is kind of all happening all at once, including these timelines of yourself, and the fact that you are in this present moment, the one watching now, you are connected to vast versions of yourself, even the versions of yourself that you didn't see, that you didn't get to experience because because you made a different decision. The one that veered off to the left when you decided to go right. These versions still hold beauty to them, even in their lack of awareness of self of the oneness around us or them or it, and without the awareness of being connected to future and higher selves, I find myself running into the beautiful experience of reliving the memories through music, through smells, like through pictures. And it keeps finding me these days. And I've just realized in the bathroom as I'm getting ready for bed, I've just realized the commonality within them is that I think that my higher self is pulling the strings, or at least playing the strings. And I'm looking at my son's guitar as I'm saying this. I'm really drawn to it. My higher self is like the guitarist. I think that's how you call it, the guitarist. And I am the guitar. And then it's like the lower selves are like the strings and the pieces that all pull the melody together. It's like even through the lack of awareness, we still carried so many beautiful aspects. And for myself, the commonality was the fact that all of these selves, they all still carried integrity and power through the messiness. And as it all adds up, all of my nostalgia is around times of freedom. It's around times where I actually, as a person, I expressed myself fully. Or as a person, I didn't feel, it's times where I didn't feel fear. I felt fearless. And even let's say even through like the teen years, like I felt so courageous and fearless to do and try anything. It makes you a bit ignorant when you don't really you don't know your limits sometimes, and having that lack of awareness, you sometimes make mistakes. But even bringing that forward into today, being able to be messy and to allow yourself to make mistakes just so that you are willing to try the new things, you know? I myself, as we all have gone through quite a bit of challenges, have been through quite a bit of things that I'm sure that I signed up for before I even got here. And a lot of that courage, a lot of that power, the integrity, the voice, it died. It died. And through it all, I've seen my freedom evaporate right from my hands. And now that I am back, reclaiming that, being present, learning who I am, being with the depth of myself in knowing who I am. My higher self is now easily able to incorporate and play the melody of those strings. The courage is coming back alive. The freedom is being played aloud. Like my spirit is being led by my old selves, my old, messy, unaware self, the selves that we are so desperate and so in a rush to kill off just so that we can reach for desires that are ahead of us. I'm being led by these past versions of myself that sacrificed in order to get me here. I am being held by that and directed by my higher selves. I've just heard in my head to stress the importance of having a beautiful relationship with yourself. And this is what I heard, because you are your own family. Your relationship with yourself, with all of the versions of yourself, should be the first family and the most important family that you have, that you hold, that you keep. I knew this message was going to veer off. I really did. Let me know if you felt the energies, because it got really intense in such a beautiful, light, fluffy way. I hope that something that I said resonated with you. I hope that you are holding yourself. And my advice would be, if you are in a space like myself where you are learning to create this new self, maybe sometimes you have to look in the past. Play the old music, watch the old TV shows, put your hair up like you did, 10, 15, 20 years ago. Makeup has changed. Try the old style. Look through your pictures when you were a child, when you were a teen. Really fester in it. Really, really soak up the times where you felt free and carefree, where you felt unstoppable, where you felt whole, where you felt complete and completely okay to show up as that mess, you know? Whatever you need to do, even if it means reaching out to an old friend. That's what I'm picking up now. So this is for someone, maybe even one person in particular, but even if it means you have to reach out to that friend, if this is the sign you needed, do it. Just to have an old chat and talk about when times felt less heavy, and discuss the things that you used to like doing that actually made you feel just young and spirited and courageous and powerful and free. I love y'all. I hope this helps. Like and subscribe, and to the next one.